Welcome back, everybody, to the Baltimore Orioles franchise here on MLB The Show 21. Today, we are back with some more playoff baseball as it's Game 4 of the American League Divisional Series. Now our Orioles are looking to close it out. We lost Game 2 in 11 innings, but we bounced back in Game 3 in a major way with an 11-5 win. Our offense was really clicking in Game 3 after really struggling for the most part in Game 2. The offense has been very impressive, specifically power. As a team, we've hit 12 home runs through the first 3 games. Rizzo went deep twice in Game 3. Elliot Ramos has 4 home runs already. He's gone yard in every game. So the offense has been doing pretty good. The pitching's been a little bit up and down, particularly the starting pitching with Eduardo Rodriguez and John Means both having fairly mediocre starts last episode. Today, the starter will be Matthew Thompson, who makes his first career playoff start. He was arguably Baltimore's most consistent starting pitcher this year. I wouldn't necessarily call him an ace type yet, but none of the other starters really had much consistency. So that's definitely a major positive about him, and hopefully he can have a good outing. So let's get this one underway here at Guaranteed Rate Field. It's Game 4 of the ALDS. The Baltimore Orioles are looking to finish this one off tonight. If the White Sox win, we will go to a Game 5, which would be next episode if Chicago wins. If Baltimore wins, we will kick off the ALCS in the next episode, likely going over the first 2 games. It's been a pretty exciting series so far for the most part. All 3 games have been very interesting in their own ways. And now we have the first elimination game of the series. The Twins have officially defeated the Astros in 4 games, by the way, so the winner of this series will officially face off against the Minnesota Twins in the ALCS. Both lineups 1-9, regular starters in this one for both squads as we take a look at Matthew Thompson, the rookie, who had a pretty good season. 12-7 record, 3.76 ERA, 1.38 WHIP, 162 strikeouts, and 172 2/3 innings. Pretty good work, and we're going to start this one off in the bottom of the first inning. It's Nick Madrigal on the 2-2 pitch. He goes down on the low and inside changeup. That's a nice pitch from Thompson, and Matthew Thompson really does not have that many strengths to his game, but he's super well-rounded. He doesn't hold any weaknesses, and he would strike out Eloy Jimenez to end the inning. Good start for Matthew Thompson. Let's take a look at Dylan Cease, who will be starting today for the White Sox. He was mainly their long reliever, only recording 3 starts, but he did pitch 66 2/3 innings. Had a pretty average season, 4.32 ERA, 1.58 WHIP. Not bad, but not really good either. Max Muncy will be leading off the second inning. Count is 2-1 for Muncy, who's only hit .214 so far in the playoffs. And that probably would have been a base hit had it not been for the shift. So, smart defense by the White Sox. And I really like how the manager has been for Chicago. I'm really impressed with some of their substitutions, their pitching changes, and their shift alignment throughout this series. I think they've done a really good job so far. Gotta respect the opponent sometimes. Luciano flies out to right to end the top of the second. We go to the bottom half of the inning now. Josh Donaldson draws a walk. That's the first base runner for either team. It nearly took 2 full innings. But now the White Sox have a runner aboard, 2 away for Yasmani Grandal. That one is ripped to second. Miller's going to flip it over to Marco Luciano to get the out. So far, so good for both Cease and Thompson. No hitters across the board through 2. And we're going to go to the third. Jalen Miller leading things off for the O's. This one is going to be blooped into right center field. That one will go for a hit, though. Miller's power has definitely been on display so far in the playoffs. He already has 2 home runs. The contact has been a little bit inconsistent, but he has hit the ball fairly well. Ryan Mountcastle swinging a miss. He is now 1 for 10 in the postseason. He has not been very good, which is odd considering he played so well down the stretch of this season. Liam Bumaye now. He's going to ground this one to third. Donaldson's going to get the 1 out at second, and the White Sox will turn 2. It's a 5-4-3 double play. And now we go to the bottom of the third. Nick Madrigal up at the ditch. 3-2 pitch. This one is going to be floated into shallow right. Miller under it. And it has been 3 neck-and-neck innings, specifically with these 2 pitchers, Dylan Cease and Matthew Thompson, both of whom have played really well so far in this game. Good to see Thompson having a nice playoff debut so far. Now on to the 4th inning. Adley Rutschman going to lead things off. He draws a walk. To the top of the order for Baltimore, gets a base runner, and maybe an opportunity to do some damage. Elliot Ramos is now up. He's hit a home run in every game in this series, had 2 in Game 3. That one stays in the ballpark, but it will go for a base hit. And the Orioles now have a pair of runners on base and a major opportunity to strike. That'll bring up Max Muncy now, the 1-2. And this one's going to be weakly grounded. Cease is going to make the play. Now both runners do advance. So Baltimore has a pair of runners in scoring position with 2 outs. A single probably drives in both runs. A major opportunity for the rookie, Louis St. John, and he's going to capitalize. LSJ into the left center gap for extra bases. Both runs will be able to score pretty easily. And the Baltimore Orioles will strike first. A 2-run double for the 19-year-old sensation, Louis St. John. And the O's are up 2-0 as we transition now into the bottom of the 4th inning. Let's see if Matthew Thompson can keep his impressive outing going, as it's Starling Marte up at the plate. And he's going to watch the high changeup sail right by for strike 3. Thompson with his 3rd K of the day. That'll bring up the following batter, Eloy Jimenez. And he's going to go down looking as well, this time on the 4-seam fastball. Jimenez has been really good in this series, one of the few consistent White Sox, but he has struck out twice today. And then Luis Robert grounds that one to second. Nice play by Jalen Miller. So that is now 4 no-hit innings of baseball from Matthew Thompson. He has been extraordinary in this game. His pitch count is starting to creep up a little bit, but he has still been unbelievably good today. On to the 5th inning. 3-1 count for Ryan Mountcastle. That probably would have been a walk, but he still gets a single, so it really doesn't matter that he ended up swinging at it. And the Orioles now themselves a base runner here for Bumaye, the 1-1. This one will go over the head of Madrigal into right center field. Should drop for extra bases. Mountcastle headed home. The throw from Madrigal is going to be in time. But on the throw, Madrigal injured himself. Has both hands on his back, so maybe he messed up his back somehow throwing it. So Madrigal's going to be taken out of the game. Chris Taylor will substitute at second base for the remainder of this one. So the score remains 2-0. Adley Rutschman has walked for a second time in the past 2 innings. The Orioles get themselves another base runner and a nice opportunity for Anthony Rizzo. Count is 3-1 for Rizzo, and this one is going to be hit high and pretty deep into straightaway center field. Luis Robert back up the track, up the wall. It is gone. 3-run shot for Anthony Rizzo. 420 feet, 420 blaze it, and the Orioles will make it 5-0. Rizzo definitely hits the ball well in Chicago. He's hit 3 home runs here in the 2 games at the Windy City. He definitely misses hitting in Chicago, but he's done pretty well in an Orioles jersey so far. Elliot Ramos will get that one by Dylan Cease for a base hit. So although the Orioles offense started off slow, in the past 2 innings they've been on fire, and Cease is going to be removed from the game as it'll be the long reliever Dallas Keuchel who enters for the White Sox. He faces off against Max Muncy, and this one is going to be blooped into left field for a base hit. Back-to-back batters. The White Sox got really unlucky with these bloop hits. So now there's 2-1 and 2 outs. Another major opportunity for Louis St. John to really break this game open and possibly turn it into a blowout. And he is going to strike out at a pitch he really should not have swung at. St. John has hit the ball well in the playoffs, but he is also striking out a lot. Let's go to the top of the 5th now. Josh Donaldson, the bringer of rain, going to open things up, drawing a walk. So the White Sox get themselves a much-needed base runner. Tim Anderson, however, will go down swinging on the 2-seam fastball. Thompson with his 5th strikeout of the game. Yasmani Grandal is now up 3-2. He's going to watch the low 2-seam fastball sail by him for ball 4. And the White Sox get another base runner. They're not getting their runners off of hits, but they are drawing quite a few walks. Now it's Andrew Vaughn with a walk, and the bases are now loaded. A major opportunity here for Cesar Hernandez to get the White Sox back in the game. This one will be flown into right field. Bumaye makes the play. The throw to the plate is offline, and the White Sox are now on the board. That was Donaldson who scored, and it is now 1-0. Chris Taylor's first at bat of the game with 2 away will be lifted into right field. Bumaye makes the play, and that'll end Matthew Thompson's performance. He was really, really impressive today. 5 no-hit innings. There's still a no-hitter going on, by the way. He did allow a run, but overall a really good postseason debut, and we'll see if the bullpen can possibly somehow finish off this no-hitter. That'd be pretty incredible if they were able to do it. Marco Luciano leading things off in the top of the 6th for Baltimore, and that one is going to be a double. The Orioles are still really hitting the ball well at the moment, and they're not comfortable with this 4-run lead. They want to add some insurance. Ryan Mountcastle will ground this one to second. Chris Taylor fields it cleanly, but the runner scores, so it is now 6-1, and Baltimore is going to add some more to this lead. Good inning here as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Colin Poche is in for the Orioles. 2 shutout innings so far here in the playoffs. Is on the 3-1 count. He's going to walk Eloy Jimenez. And the White Sox keep drawing walks. That's how they're going to get their base runners today. Still no hits. Josh Donaldson 1-2. Grounds it to third. The O's are going to get the out at second to end the inning. That is now 6 no-hit innings for the Orioles. Good frame of action from Poche. And we will go into the 7th. The Orioles are 3 innings away from moving on to the ALCS, where they would face off against the Twins if Baltimore does win. Adley Rutschman on the 1-2 hits that one high and pretty deep in the left center field. That one is going to stay in the park, but it'll bounce over the fence for a ground rule double. So the Orioles now with an early runner in scoring position. Elliot Ramos will loft this one into right field. Starling Marte makes a pretty nice play. Now the runner will advance to third, but if Marte is unable to get to that earlier, that probably scores a run. Max Muncy is now up. 2-2 count, runner 90 feet away from home, and he's going to swing way too late at the sinker. Dallas Keuchel has pitched, for the most part, really well today. A lot better than Dylan Cease did. We're going to go to the bottom of the 7th. It's now Alex Colomé who is in for the O's. He has pitched in 1 inning so far in the playoffs, and he did not allow any runs. He did not allow any hits, which is significant at this stage of the game, as he does strike out Tim Anderson on the outside cutter. I think the Orioles now are going to try to avoid throwing in the strike zone now that this no-hitter is actually kind of a realistic possibility. Grandal goes down on the inside fastball. Grandal's discipline has always been really good, but I don't know why he swung at that pitch. Vaughn is now up. The 2-2 goes down on the inside fastball for strike 3. So Alex Colomé strikes out all 3 batters, and the Orioles are now 2 innings away from a no-hitter. It'll be Taylor Rogers, the closer, who pitches in the bottom of the 8th. I think the Orioles want to have Rogers in for this inning and Edwin Diaz in for the 9th inning, because even though Rogers is the closer, Diaz is slightly better. Cesar Hernandez will open the inning, drawing yet another walk. It's still not a hit, so it doesn't technically affect the no-hitter. Chris Taylor will also draw a walk, so the White Sox are going to start this inning with 2 aboard and nobody out. Marte is now up at the plate. He goes down looking on the sweeping curve. That was a full count, too, and Starling Marte has some choice words for the umpire. Eloy Jimenez now with 1 away, going to fly this one into deep left center field. Ramos makes the play. The Orioles are now 4 outs away from not only moving on to the ALCS, but also completing the no-hitter. 1-2 for Robert, swinging to this, strike 3. Baltimore is now 1 inning away from completing the 3rd no-hitter in postseason history. And if there's one pitcher in baseball who it might be harder to get a hit against than anybody this year, it's Edwin Diaz, who is in the game in the bottom of the 9th. Can Diaz finish it off and complete history and help the Orioles move on to the next round? Josh Donaldson opens things up with a walk. As you can tell, the Orioles are really trying to avoid the strike zone here. Tim Anderson swinging this on the slider. Baltimore is now 2 outs away. Yasmani Grandal, the 3-2. He's going to watch the low four-seam fastball go below the knees for ball 4. That'll be another walk. Andrew Vaughn will also draw a walk, and the bases are now loaded. If the Orioles don't watch out, who knows, maybe the White Sox could get back in the game. Cesar Hernandez rips this one, just fell. That was awfully close. I think we all got a heart attack when we first saw that. Hernandez would end up drawing a walk, so the run will score. And the tying run is at the plate. You know, a grand slam would tie it up. It's going to be Chris Taylor, the full count pitch. This one is weakly hit into shallow right. Miller makes the grab, and Baltimore is now 1 out away, and it's going to come down to Starling Marte, the former Baltimore Oriole. Count is full, bases loaded, 2 away, pitch from Diaz. This one is hit weakly to second. Miller with the grab, and the Orioles have completed history. They are advancing to the ALCS, and they get just the 3rd no-hitter in playoff history. Wow, what a game. What an end to this series. What a memorable performance here by the Baltimore Orioles. This is the first combined no-hitter in postseason history. It was Matthew Thompson for the first 5 innings. Then Colin Poche, Alex Colomé, Taylor Rogers, and Edwin Diaz, who all put their names into the history books as they all contributed into this no-hitter. So, certainly a fun way to end the ALDS. Now, the White Sox did score 2 runs, so the Orioles did not get the shutout. And they definitely did not get a perfect game with all those walks. But hey, it's a no-hitter at the end of the day. The offense did what they needed to do. 6 runs, 11 hits, but the story here is the pitching. I know we allowed 11 walks. I know that's a lot. We were not aiming for the strike zone the final 3 innings of the game, but the first 6 innings we were. So, it's not a totally fraudulent Mickey Mouse no-hitter, as the kids would say. And, yeah. So we're moving on. We're going to be playing the Minnesota Twins in the next round, who defeated the Astros in 4 games. Of course, we were in a big chase all year with Minnesota and Houston for the 1 seed. We had the same record as the Astros, but we had the tiebreaker over them. And we finished 1 game ahead of Minnesota, who finished 94 and 68. The Twins are going to be a really tough team. They have a really strong rotation headlined by Kenta Maeda, Joe Musgrove, Zach Eflin. Some really talented pitchers in that group. They have a great lineup as well. Byron Buxton and Yohan Moncada, guys like that at the top. They have a few good power hitters as well in Max Kepler and Miguel Sano. So we definitely have our hands full going into this next round. I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely one of the most memorable games of this series. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you have not already. Next episode will likely be games 1 and 2 of the ALCS. Peace out.